Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. I just want to point out a couple of things about network TV and TV in general. So now you have a lot of shows with truly fat people. And a lot of shows that point out, oh, this character is a single mother. And a lot of movies with truly fat people, single mothers, and everyone's a homosexual. I want to tell you that most of these fringe people, and they are fringe, they're not the norm. Normal is boring, right? But now everybody is fat, homosexual, single mother. It lowers the bar to such a degree, and it affects the psyche of very young minds. Young minds and even childlike minds. That means people under 30, if they haven't formulated their own identity, now they're going to try and identify with fat people, homosexual people, single moms. And this is all by definition. This is on purpose, of course. You know this is on purpose. So now the girl no longer aspires to be thin and in shape and healthy and have pretty hair and wear makeup and try and impress people and try and be responsible at work. She instead aspires to be just truly gargantuanly fat. We just had a death. One of the tenants that actually lived in a house where my mother lives. Don't ask me why she does this. I guess she has so many rooms that she can spare. She doesn't even live in the main house. She lives off of the main house. So the tenants have the run of the house, and she's off of it. So one of the tenants was a lady who was 400 pounds. I just saw her last week. She was walking, talking. Well, she wasn't walking, but she stood up and we moved her from the wheelchair to the car and from the car to the wheelchair. And she was talking to me as normal, as per usual. And they said within days, she went from that to falling down out of the bed, peed on herself, pooped on herself, lay there for hours, couldn't make it to the bathroom because she's 400 pounds. Next thing you know, she's sitting, eyes open, mouth open, and my mother asked, is she alive? And they told her, there is body function going on. So she was basically dead. They put her on life support, and even on life support, she passed away. Her body could not be sustained. This is your life I'm talking about. There is nothing great and fantastic about being fat. There's nothing great and fantastic about being a single mother. These things happen. It's nothing you need to aspire to, and it's nothing you need to cheer about. Being a single mother means that the child then does not have, in a lot of cases, two parents. And if people fight tooth and nail to be the sole custody parent, and in the meantime, it destroys the very child that we're talking about. And there's nothing great and fantastic about being homosexual. It is horrible. Now people say, why would I choose that? The mind is a mirror. This, up until 15 years ago, something like 15 years, no, not even 15, I believe it was 10 years ago, the Psychiatric Journal of America had homosexuality defined as a mental disorder. It was the lobbyists that got that taken out of. Guess what's still in there? Transgender, transvestites, all of that stuff is still in there as a mental disorder. And the homosexual community tries to incorporate transgender and transvestite into their group. They're not homosexual. Or by definition, they're not homosexual. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, that's homosexual or as a part of it. It is a psychosis that goes beyond anything homosexuality. They can be completely and utterly straight. Nothing to do with you homosexuals. If you want to categorize yourself and be used, which is what you're being used, what's happening, that's your business. Stop trying to incorporate people who are not gay, who are not lesbian, into your group. It is a mental disorder by definition. And putting forward 1% of the population as being normal and people saying you need to accept us because we're no, you're 1% of the homosexual community itself is only 1% of the population. Oh, I know you've been told it was 10%, or even someone as high as, it's 30%. No, it's 1%. Self-identified homosexuals, 1% of the population. Oh, well, there's people who don't identify. Well, they're a smaller percentage of the main group. These stats are unequivocal. Go look them up. Self-identified homosexuals are 1% of the population. So now how in the world is 1% of the population made to look like there are so many? And they're all on the news. They're all on TV. They're all in movies. They're all in commercials. Why? Simply because you're being targeted. You have one of the strongest lobbies in the nation. Guess who doesn't have such a strong lobby and who's at 13% of the population? Black people. We don't have a strong lobby. In fact, we don't have a lobby at all. In fact, if we do have a lobbyist, we're called racist. But mind you, the Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Japanese, all have lobbies. Italians, all the Eastern European countries, all have lobbies. Not racist. Black people trying to lobby? Racist. Now, when you have TV shows and movies where the people are morbidly obese, homosexual, single moms, all the dregs of society, and I'm sorry, that's what you are. You don't aspire to anything. And what is the character always about? It's all of, oh poor me. It's more of this. And what's funny is, so my mother owns, about 10 houses, and she has so many businesses and so forth. And she is just shocked and amazed by the lack of quality people that she tries to do business with or tries to hire. And I keep telling her, this is what's out there. This is what out there. You need to take a look around and see how horrible our society is now. I ask you, when you wake up in the morning, do you make your bed first of all? Go brush your teeth, shave, shower, wash your hair, put some sort of moisturizer in your hair, comb your hair. Have you set out your clothes for the day before? Have you done any of that? Then do you go have a sensible breakfast, healthy breakfast? Then do you go get in your car or take your bus to your job, work for 9 hours or 10 hours or 11 hours or 12 hours? Do you take a lunch and have something sensible and healthy for lunch? Come home and have something sensible and healthy for dinner? Do a little bit of exercise? Read? Talk to your wife, your husband, your children? Call your mother, father, what have you? If you bump into somebody, do you say, "Excuse me"? No? Well, guess what? You're part of the American culture now. We're all part of American culture. If you don't do that on a daily basis, you're part of the new American culture. The New World Order has you. I'm going to talk about marriage, and I'm going to talk about real marriage, what it really means. None of this, you need to love the person that you need to be best friends. That's not what marriage is about. I'm going to do a video just on marriage. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Life Show.